MLK Day. This is your sports boys, and boy do we have another sports talk for you. Today we'll be breaking down the Jazz win against the T-Wolves, starting off with the injuries. First we'll be doing the injuries from the Timberwolves side, which is Rudy Gobert, Jordan McLaughlin, and Karl Anthony Towns. And now for the Utah Jazz injuries, Lauri Markkanen and Kelly Olynyk. Here are the people who are returning for the Jazz, and one of them is really big. It's the young bull and also Rudy Gay. The young bull did great on his first game back from injury. Not so much for Rudy Gay, but here is the stats from the Utah Jazz and later have stats from the Timberwolves. We will start with the Utah Jazz right now. First person stat line I'm going to say is Walker Kessler with 20 points, 4 assists, and 21 rebounds. Once again, another great night from the rookie. And now we'll give the stat line from Jordan Clarkson. He had 21 points, 1 assist, and 2 rebounds. Not as good as last game, but still another great performance. Earlier in the podcast, I said that Colin Sexton had returned, and boy did he return, scoring 19 points, 4 assists, and 4 rebounds.
Should Ochai Agbaji get more minutes because of his amazing performance tonight?
I think that Ochai Agbaji should definitely get more minutes, or at least as much minutes as he did get tonight, because of his amazing performance. Now our special guest, River, will take over for Ridge because he had to leave early. River, can you believe that Jordan Clarkson has 16.4 second half points scored?
No, that's crazy.
That's what I was thinking when I first saw that stat. If you've ever watched a Jazz game, you would probably see that the announcers say "flame on" a lot. That was definitely true again tonight for Jordan Clarkson, as he got a spectacular 4-point play to drop in the fourth quarter. River, how about those rookies for the Jazz?
Yeah, they showed out.
Yeah, for sure. Walker Kessler did good last game too, but Ochai Agbaji was definitely great. The Jazz did struggle to contain Anthony Edwards throughout the course of the game, as he leads the Timberwolves in points. D'Angelo Russell also doing very good for the Timberwolves. He had 21 points. You might have just got used to the Vivint Smart Home Arena, but now it's going back to the Delta Center again, if you hadn't already heard about that. I found it funny how this Nathan Knight kid just showed up out of the middle of nowhere and started to play pretty well for the Timberwolves. However, that Vando wraparound layup was pretty good, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was crazy. I wasn't expecting that.
Conley's layups were really good throughout the game as well. And speaking of Mike Conley, did you see that pass to Ochai Agbaji for the layup?
Yeah, that was insane. He was putting on a show.
Yeah, definitely a show. I was kind of disappointed that Malik Beasley didn't even shimmy throughout the game. Weren't you, River?
Yeah, for sure.
Like after that three-pointer that he hit.
Yeah.
Walker Kessler was probably the player of the game, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I would say that. I don't know who else was better than him.
That will conclude the Jazz game portion of this podcast. Now we'll move on to the NFL playoffs wildcard games. Daniel Jones was kind of looking like Mike Vick out there for the Giants, as he led the team in rushing yards even over Saquon Barkley, and still throwing for 301 yards and 2 touchdowns to go along with that, as they take the unexpected win over the Vikings.
I thought the Vikings would win. I took them over the Giants in my bracket.
Yeah, that's why I said unexpected, because I would take them over the Giants any day of the week. The Bengals barely even lasted over the Ravens, even though they didn't even have Lamar Jackson. That pass should have been caught at the end, but they barely came up short, and the Bengals came up with the W. And here are our predictions for the Bucs-Cowboys game today at 6:15. Both of us have different opinions on this. I'm taking the Buccaneers because I've seen Tom Brady do amazing things throughout my lifetime.
Cowboys usually fumble in the playoffs, but I got them winning.
I guess we'll have to watch the game to see, but I don't agree with you on that one.
Well, you should, because Tom Brady's washed.
He still won't fumble as much as Dak Prescott in the playoffs, though.
Hopefully history doesn't repeat itself like last year against the 49ers in the playoffs.
Well, I think it will. All right, well, that concludes our podcast. Over and out.